Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. Today we're going to be making stinging nettle tea. Yes, you heard that right, stinging nettle tea. I say stinging nettle tea, that's just what it's called. It doesn't actually sting you as you drink it, but it's a really easy way to make some bloody lovely tea. So basically today I'm going to be showing you how to make it, and let me tell you, it's very nice. I've tried it before. So let's get right into it. So this is what you're going to need to make stinging nettle tea. You're going to need a camp stove. This is the, you can use any old one. This is the OEX Hero camp stove, I think that's what it's called. You're going to need water, a cup or a mug or whatever, and very thick gloves. These are very heavy duty gloves. Now you can't get away with picking nettles by hand. You just have to pick them on top and under rather than touching the sides, because that's what's stingy, believe it or not. Now the first step to make stinging nettle tea is, well, to get a cup and start filling the cup with nettles. You're going to want to fill the cup about, depending on the size of the cup, this is quite a big mug. You can see that's my hand for reference, but you're going to want to fill it up about 2/3 of nettles. So this is the bit that's the most time consuming and the longest bit, but we'll get there eventually. Let's do this. So this is just a corner in my garden that is infested with cow parsley and nettles, as you can see. We're going to be focusing on the nettles. So what you're going to want to do with your hands, these, if you get thick enough gloves, they won't sting you. We're just going to pick the nettle off like this. Okay, not like that. Maybe these gloves are a bit too thick. Maybe these gloves are... Just pick the nettle off like that. And you can put it in your cup like that. Like so. But nettles are actually a sign of a human indication. So for example here, where my garden is, that's a man-made wall that's obviously over time been covered up, and over there we built a pizza sort of hangout place 10 or so years ago. So again, so that indicates, and obviously that's a lot of human disturbance, and that's what causes nettles to grow. Now I know nettles are a bit of a nuisance. Is in they sting a lot of people. They're annoying. They're overall not very pleasant. However, they are very... I'm going to have to get thinner gloves. They are very good for the butterflies, apparently. So you're just going to fill the cup about 2/3, and then I'll meet you back on to the next step. Alright, it's been about 5 or 10 minutes, and I've got a very tightly packed cup of nettles. They smell quite nice. These things are absolutely menaces, I've got to tell you. So now we're going to cook them. I'll show you how. This is the next step. So you're going to build your camp stove. Now obviously you can just cook. You can boil water. Well, you're going to have to boil water. Obviously you can do that any way you like. You can, so there's a farmer over there shouting at some cows. Please that. You can cook. You can boil the water over fire or gas stove like I'm using. You can really use anything. Doesn't matter. I don't think it affects it much, but you've got to have a nice boil to make the tea. So your next step is you're going to get your beautiful cup of nettles and you're going to deposit them into the camping stove. Just put them in there like that. Right, I might have a bit too much nettles in there. Who knows? Maybe I can make a nice nettle tea for maybe my mum or my sister. My sisters, I have many sisters. If there's any leftovers, you're then going to put some water. I'd say you put a generous amount of water, It mostly depends on the ratio. So if you've got lots of nettles in your cup, then just fill it up to where the nettles are. So I'm just going to do that now. Fill it up like so. So everything's covered. Right, that's nearly. It's about half a litre of water in there. Next, I'm going to light my stove. Make sure it's some level, put in some level ground. So I'm going to turn the gas on. Light it. Oh, it's hot. And then put it on, like so. Like that. So now you're going to keep it. So now you're going to keep it on full heat until it boils. You can use the lid to speed it up if you want to, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, so I'm just going to leave it open. It starts to smell really nice. It's a need a haircut. Yeah, nettle tea. It does smell really pleasant actually. Yeah, really nice. It smells like a nice soup. I actually watched on you know, you probably have. It was a really successful show. And so this, they're making a second series. Clarkson's Farm. They made nettle soup, and apparently that was quite nice. So yeah, we're just now coming up to like a boil. It's starting to boil. Oh, that smell just smells magnificent actually. So once that comes to a boil, I'm going to turn the heat down, and then we're going to let it simmer for about 2 minutes. Right, that's starting to boil quite fast actually. Right, okay. We're boiling over, and I have nothing to protect my hands. Ow! Yeah, I hurt my hand there a bit. So now, okay, now we're going to let that boil for about 2 minutes. Obviously, try and not burn it. There we go. So we're going to let that simmer now for 2 minutes. You can now start to see, probably doesn't show up on the camera, but that water is looking very green. Very green indeed. I should also mention, it's probably best not to pick any nettles where you think a dog has had a wee. Obviously, for reasons that I don't have to explain. So just make sure you don't. Maybe avoid footpaths, maybe, but we don't have a dog, so that area there is just fine. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes now, so I'm going to turn off the bit of water splashed up to me. Turn off the heat, and then we're going to get the camp stove lid. You see where I'm going to put this on now. You're going to make sure it's 100% on, so it doesn't leak. Again, you'll see why in a second. I think that's on, and I hope it is. So now that's on, we're going to detach it from the camp stove. We're going to put the camp stove over there. So now we've got a cup of nettle tea. Now you could just drink it out of there, and it probably will be fine. However, we want to serve it. Bit of nettle in my cup there. We want to serve it as you would with a cup of tea. Oh, bloody nettle, get out. Out you go. I don't really get stung because I drink my tea. So we're then going to pour. This is the important part, guys. We're going to pour the nettle tea into a cup using these like sort of black holes. Look at that. Pleasant shot. It smells really nice. Oh, not much tea in there. Right, there we go. So that's So that's one cup of Nettle Tea. Now I know that looks a little bit like this, but my God, guys, I wish you were here with me just to tell you how good that smells. But if we look, if we look in my stove, there's actually still quite a lot of tea left in there. You can't see, but that's at least half a cup of tea left, so that's quite good. So look at that, guys. That is a cup of Nettle Tea. Look at that. Right, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes for it to cool down, and then we're gonna do a taste test. So let's I'm gonna give it a blow. It smells so nice. Smell it. Oh, that's not how it works. Right, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm getting quite cold sitting here on the ground, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have my cup of tea, my Nettle Tea. Cheers. It's still quite hot. That's very pleasant. That's really nice. I can't. Sorry, that was a bit hot. I can't explain what it tastes like, but if you smell a nettle, that's what it tastes like. It's really nice. Yeah, no, that's really nice. I've said that 3 times now. Now there is some sort of bits of dirt at the bottom, so obviously I'm not going to drink it to the bottom, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think someone can pick it up, but there is some dirt at the bottom, but that's not a problem. It's just that's just where the nettles came from, isn't it? Right, well, I'm going to just finish having my Nettle Tea here outside in the sunshine. So Nettle Tea, I'd highly recommend you try it. It tastes really nice. I'm saying taste it like it's past tense, but no, it tastes really nice. Obviously, apart from it looks like who cares? It's really nice. So go try it. It's good especially while wild camping. You don't need anything. You just need water and a heat source. And obviously, if you don't have one of like these sort of holes on your camping stove, then you might have to use a sieve, or you could just carefully pour it out and like hold it back with a stick or something. But yeah, no, it's really easy to make and it's very, very nice. Again, just avoid places where you think dogs have done their business. Otherwise, it's not going to taste very nice, is it? I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and week, and I'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.